Hello everyone and welcome to WD18, the Watford fan channel. Today I'm going to be looking at some of the confirmed FIFA 18 Watford ratings. You might have seen from some other fan channels, for example Arsenal Fan TV, Full-Time Devils, who have had theirs given to them by EA Sports early. So for example Arsenal with Troops were reacting to the Arsenal ratings, and Full-Time Devils were reacting to the Manchester United ratings given to them by EA. However, I've had to kind of research a little bit more and put a bit more effort into it. Hope you enjoy the video. I'll put the card on the left-hand side for you, and then I'll be looking at their stats. I've got all the Watford FIFA 18 cards on my phone, so I'm going to go through them, and we're going to start with Watford skipper Troy Deeney. So he is the same rating as last year's game. He's got 65 pace. It's probably about right. He's not the quickest. 70 dribbling, about right. 81 shooting, that's not bad. Deeney has got shot power. You've got to take into account that it's not just accuracy and how many goals they score, it's other attributes, for example, like shot power, etc. So 81, that's pretty good rating for Deeney. 36 defending, I think that's very harsh. I think Deeney's one of the very few strikers who is willing to track back, who's willing to defend and get behind the ball, and he's always organising the defence. So I think that should definitely be high, maybe about 55. I think that's very harsh. If they actually watched the games, especially last season under Mazzari, you would have seen how many times Deeney actually worked back and was kind of that first line of defence. So I think that's pretty harsh. 65 passing. Yeah, I mean it's an average rating. His passing's okay, it's decent. 85 physical, obviously Deeney's best attribute is his hold-up play and his physicality up front, which a lot of defenders don't like. 85 is very good. But yeah, that's a pretty solid rating for Troy. I think definitely his 85 physical is accurate. That's a really good rating. His shots, I think his shots very good, to be fair. I think the only stat I'd probably disagree with that is probably his defending. I think that should be high, but decent card for Troy. Now moving on to Jose Holebas. He's got 80 pace. I think that's gone down by a couple. I think he had 82 pace last year. So he's got 80 pace. That's decent. I mean, Holebas, we never really, I don't know. I've never seen, he's got a decent pace, but I've never really seen him kind of burst down the left flank. I mean, he's more of a defensive left back than, for example, Zeegelaar, who's, from what I've heard, is looking to go forward more. Holebas is kind of more defensive. 80 pace, decent stat. 74 dribbling, that's okay. I think his shot maybe should be a little bit higher. His free kicks are okay. And he scored a cracking goal last year at the Riverside against Middlesbrough on Sky Sports. So I think that probably should be about 71. His defending 76 is okay for a left back, I guess. 70 passing, yeah. 82 physical. Yeah, so that's a very good all-round card. I think the only one I'm just looking at the stats in general. The only one I'd probably say that's not really accurate is probably shot. I think that's a little bit harsh. But yeah, I mean, a couple of times defensively, maybe it should be a little bit lower just based on last season's performances. He was caught out quite a lot. Maybe that should be kind of high 60s. But yeah, it's quite accurate, to be fair. Then moving on to new, we got him on a season loan, Orestis Karnezis from Udinese. I haven't got his Watford picture. I had to find one off Google. But just looking at, I don't know anything about him, but just reacting to his stats and what we can expect from him, I guess. From what I'm hearing from some Serie A correspondents, they were kind of saying he's one of the most underrated keepers in the league. So that's good signs. But just looking at the card in general, he's got 80 diving, 84 reflexes, 83 handling, which is very, very solid. He's going to be the highest Watford rated player. So obviously last season it was Pereyra of 81. I'll go on to Pereyra, but he's got a downgrade to 80. And Karnezis is the highest rated player for Watford with 82, which is very good. He's got 44 speed, 60 kicking, and 80 positioning, and that's a very, very good card. And by the sounds of it, he's a very good keeper, but we'll have to wait and see. I won't talk too much about it, but what I've seen on the card, he looks very good. Then moving on to Roberto Pereyra. He's got a downgrade this year. I mean, he didn't play, I don't know, he didn't play too much football last season, obviously, because of his injury. And he's obviously injured this year. That's the problem with Pereyra. He's probably Watford's most talented player, but his injuries do let him down. Just looking at some of his stats, 78 pace, yeah, that's probably about right. 81 dribbling, a little bit harsh, I think. His dribbling's probably his best asset. Passing, yeah, about right. Shooting, 68. Don't think that's right. Especially Leicester last season at home. That was an absolute cracker. 68, I think, is pretty harsh. 68 physical, I think, is a little bit generous. I think he's a little bit weaker than that. Defensively, probably a little bit lower. He's not known for his just for his defensive work and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think the dribbling should be a little bit higher, shooting should be a little bit higher, defending should be a bit lower, physical lower. That's probably the least accurate card, I think, so far. Then moving on to the final card, which is Marvin Zeegelaar, who was joined for around £3 million for Sporting Lisbon. He's obviously this isn't his actual Watford card. It was his Sporting Lisbon that got released. So I've just taken the stats from his Sporting Lisbon card this year. So Dutch international. He's got 78 pace, 72 dribbling, 65 shots, 71 defending, 67 passing, and 80 physical. Best out being his physical. So expect him to be good physically, decent pace. So physically, Zeegelaar sounds pretty good, but kind of technically pretty average. Nothing special. Quite an average card, and he's obviously lower rated than his rival at left back Holebas by 3 ratings. So there's 2 cards that have just been released now. Heurelho Gomes has got an upgrade. He's 80 rated this year. His stats are very good as well. 83 diving, 86 reflexes, 75 handling, 50 speed, 60 kicking, and 77 positioning. Just looking at that, I think the reflexes are very, very, very true. 83 diving, definitely. Handling, sometimes. I think his kicking should be a little bit lower. Personally, I think that's the worst part of his game. Positioning, decent. 75 handling, yeah, that's okay, but I think the kicking should be a little bit lower. Gomez's kicking has never been that good. But a very, very good card for Heurelho Gomes. Watford have got 2 really good keeps on FIFA 18 this year. And then moving on to another striker, Stefano Okaka, the Italian. He's got 72 pace, 71 dribbling, 74 shooting, 27 defending, 57 passing, and 83 physical. So, like Deeney, very physical from Stefano Okaka. 72 pace, yeah, I'd agree with that. Comparing him to Deeney, he is quicker, got better dribbling. He's not got his shooting isn't as good as Deeney's, which is probably about right. Physically, yeah, I think they're kind of the same. So around that ballpark figure is about right. And then, yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty accurate. Okaka 77, Gomes 80. And that concludes Watford's FIFA 18 player rating. The kind of real news is Karnezis is going to be probably Watford's, I think it will be Watford's highest rated player. Pereyra getting the downgrade is a little bit disappointing. But apart from that, yeah, the players have gone through so far. It's looking good, and hopefully we'll get some more ratings as it gets nearer to the launch of FIFA 18. Let me know down in the comment section if you think the ratings are kind of harsh or fair, or what you think these players should be rated. Leave a like if you'd like to see maybe a reaction video to all the Watford FIFA 18 ratings. Subscribe so you don't miss any more Watford fan content, and I'll see you in the next video.